This is Little Santa, one of my favorite Christmas comics of all time, for various reasons, all of which I'm about to get into here. NBM published this in 2002. It was originally published in 2000 in France. I believe this was serialized originally in Spirou Journal magazine. Louis Trondheim doing the story here, Thierry doing the art. It is a hardcover, oversized presentation from NBM. There's a typical North American comic book for size purposes. You can see it's a lot bigger. Hardcover book. It's got a good back cover, front cover. These are the cast of characters: Little Santa, Abominable the Snowman, Feather, the Impies, the Snow Mailmen, who take a prominent role in the beginning in a very funny sequence, and the Snow Dragon. And let me just read you one of the credits from inside the first page here, or here, the credits page. Copyright 2002 NBM for the English translation, well, at least what's on the back cover. By that they mean this book is entirely silent. It is great, amazing, awesome, every adjective you can imagine using, silent storytelling, and I do love a great silent story. 16 panels per page, 4x4 grid for the whole thing. Robin draws this thing like an animator would. One of the things I love about drawn storytelling, beyond just comic books, is animation. I'm an animation geek from way back. And most of my Instagram subscriptions are to animators who show off their designs, their pencil work, character drawings, all that kind of stuff, and especially the 2D character animation type stuff. And this is as close to that as you're going to get in comic book form. Here's a typical 2-page spread of Santa Claus, shutting his alarm clock, which has its own cute design of an igloo that pops up and different characters come out with each, snooze turning off, to Santa Claus walking across the page basically in the same position in each of these panels, and different things happen to him. There comes a bird to take his hat off. Here comes a couple birds to give him his slippers and to put his pants on. Here come the boots marching up to him that get right in front of him so he can walk right into them. The rabbits were in there. They jumped out to get out of the way. He smells something good downstairs. He goes downstairs and has a quick bowl of, porridge or something. I'm not sure. Santa Claus is a great design to begin with. Slightly minimalistic almost, you'd say. I mean, there's not a whole lot of line work in here, but the character is right there. You don't need all the extra detail. Santa Claus is obvious. Here the penguins come to bring his jacket, to brush his teeth, to get him through the door. Here comes the hat with the birds. It's just a great sequence of the beginning of Santa Claus's day, told completely silently, panel by panel, step by step. No two panels the same. This isn't cheating. You can look back. You can see across all these sequences, this is not just a photocopy of a panel over and over again and one new little thing added on. I mean, he's going back and forth, his front leg, then his back leg, his front leg, then his back leg, new clothes added on as he goes along, different looks on his face as you get across here. He checks the mailbox. You get 3 panels of him to look in the mailbox. Some people might call that over storytelling. I call that great storytelling. Every panel is a beat. The story is being told, and it's being told with style, with great character work, with great colors. By the way, the coloring there's a credit for it here early on. I forgot to mention it. Isabelle Bouchard, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, doing great, bright, vibrant primary colors on this thing. Here are the snow mailmen coming to bring him his mail. I guess he didn't realize he was about to be overcome with the mail. Santa Claus gets a lot of that, It only becomes a problem when, what do we call the character's name? Hold on, let me check the back cover again. The Snow Dragon. The Snow Dragon shows up. And as you can imagine, it's a problem when the Snow Dragon shows up against a bunch of snowmen, because fire and snow don't mix very well. That's the kind of thing that might end poorly. In fact, he takes a big chomp out of the snowman here early on. But then, like Voltron, they come together to form a super snowman to scare off the snow dragon. But the story continues on, and it goes on for a long time. For 48 pages, not a long time. It is a full story. There is a certain amount of plot in there as you go along. But it's just a day in Santa Claus's life. And there's lots of great designs. There's lots of great drawings. Here he is keeping track of the toys he wants to make for all the good girls and boys. Here's a brilliant 2-page spread of the elves doing their work, or what do they call them? Again, I have to go to the back cover because it's not like their names are in the book because there's nothing there. The impies. The impies are doing their work. You can see if you follow it from left to right here, they're making the cardboard boxes. They're bringing the cardboard boxes down the stairs, up the stairs, down the slide. Here comes the machine that fills it with a present, brings it over to this lovely little monster guy who wraps the presents. And then here come the characters coming around to put the presents on a plate, stack them in the bins, and the bins will then go out to, presumably Santa's sleigh. And here's Santa visiting the workshop and seeing that they're running a little short on the raw materials they need in order to make all these presents. And so the story goes, and I don't want to give anything away, but this was published in 2002. I kind of doubt you can get it in print anymore. You'll probably have to go to eBay to find it. Check nbmpub.com. Maybe they might still have a few copies left. I don't know. But it's such a great book. There's such great storytelling on here. It's like a storyboard. It really is, because every panel is the same size. They do break into 2 panels. Obviously, you have a 2-page splash there. But every now and then you get 2 panels merged into one. Here's one where you get the whole panel at the bottom where they're looking for trees. Santa Claus loves the trees too much, but his little monster friend, I'm not going to the back cover again to find his name, will be there for him. Abominable the Snowman. Yeah, love that name. I could just look at this book all day. I read it again today for the first time this year and loved it all over again. Great color work, nothing too fancy, just the nice bright colors. There's Santa Claus trying on a few different hats for reasons. Trust me, they're perfectly valid reasons in the story. There's a beautiful splash of Santa Claus entering the town. There's a great Christmas tree. They just do great Christmas comics in France. If you ever look at an issue of Spirou Journal magazine from December, they usually publish a big 100-page holiday issue every year. I think the new one just came out. So this is Lil Santa from NBM Publishing. There is a sequel to this book, which is Little Santa Meets Halloween. Happy Halloween, Little Santa is what it's called. Yes, I know, this was after Nightmare Before Christmas, and that's fine. It's a completely different story. We'll talk about that book in another video. In the meantime, if you can find a copy of this book, well worth the read. Great story, great storytelling. A heck of a Christmas comic.